Today, as of this recording, is Trump's last full day in office. As of this recording, it is the 19th, and tomorrow, it's going to be the 20th. And on the 20th, at noon, Donald Trump will be gone. Yeah, you're right. Crowd music intensifies. Boy, do I love. Noise Storm made that song. Come on, get your crabs out. Come on, you can do it. There's no longer a Cheeto in the White House. The Cheeto is gone. We have ejected the Cheeto from the White House. And that's all great and everything. It's been 4 years. Can you think about that? Where were you 4 years ago? Let me posit that question for you. If you're here now, you can comment. Let me know, where were you 4 years ago? And if you're watching the video, where were you 4 years ago? Let me know in the comment section. Because for me, 4 years is an incredibly long time. Really, it honestly was. Where was I 4 years ago? I was in high school, actually. I still had dreadlocks, incredibly. I don't think I had a girlfriend yet 4 years ago. I was, it was, not sure where I was going to go in college. I was making Smite videos on YouTube. It was a wild time 4 years ago. It was a wild time. And to think it's gone by, honestly, it feels incredible. It feels like an eternity. Like my entire coming into like adulthood was under the Trump administration, and he has, for better or worse, he is going to be a fixture in my life and your guys' life forever. It's not going to go away. Even though the Cheeto has indeed left the White House, the Cheeto dust will never leave. He is forever changed this country, and we can all agree here for worst ways. He has completely taken us back 4 years, maybe even more than 4 years, when it comes to climate change. He has taken us back when it comes to how America is respected. Like other nations in the other nations in the UN have said that some of them even support China being the head of the world now and not America anymore. He has unearthed so many societal, economic, interpersonal problems that we have in this country, led to a literal insurrection. He has mobilized and lied to people into trying to overthrow the government because they thought the election was stolen because he just lost. He deluded people into believing that there's no possible way that he could lose, that they were the silent majority, all the way up until they realized that they were very much the extremely loud minority. And that fixture of American society, and honestly, the world politics will never change. That's what we're left with, honestly, at the end of this entire ride. And the worst part about it is that he was a couple 100,000 votes away from getting to do it all over again. And this time even worse. Now we have a bunch of conservatives trying to distance themselves from him. Donald Trump's hold on the Republican Party is incredibly strong. Even now that his approval rating has dropped, there are still people trying to cling on to the tattered remains of what was the Trump administration. I mean, we can go over Arizona, where John McCain was, the late John McCain, where Sidney McCain was a part of the Republican Party there. She voted for Joe Biden because she didn't want to be a part of a Republican Party that supported Donald Trump. She got removed from the party. Same with Jeff Flake and John McCain, a family that from Arizona that whose name in that area is synonymous with military service and public duty and sacrifice and Americanism. All of these things, all because she didn't want to vote for Donald Trump. Wow. The way these people have just fallen off a cliff and have not realized how far they've gone is just wild to me. And it's extremely worrying. Where this country is going. That's what Trump has given to us. The Trump administration is going to leave a gift that will keep on giving. Completely ruined our ties to our friends over a fucking Rickroll. Nice. He tried to give us a Rickroll. To our friends over in other borders. It is just horrible what he's done. Even Mitch McConnell today. Let me see if I can bring this up to you. I hate McConnell's name. 90% of the letters in McConnell's name are fucking the same letter. I hate that. Wait, let me see. Here, even Mitch McConnell today is trying to distance himself from Donald Trump. Take a look at this. Capitol Hill mob was provoked by Trump. Mitch McConnell saying the mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the Trump and other powerful people. We'll have a safe and successful inauguration right here on the very front of the Capitol. So the thing is, don't be clapping epic and based for people like Mitch McConnell when it comes to these sorts of things. They're not doing it. They're not doing it because they want to heal the country and bring things back together. They're doing it because Donald Trump is a cancer on the Republican Party, and he's already led them to lose the Senate. If you think about it, where did Democrats make gains during the Trump administration? Where did they make gains? In places where we didn't expect it. Joe Biden won Georgia and Arizona. Those two states haven't gone to Democrats, I think, since the 70s, or at the very least the like mid 90s. It's just been wild how far they've fallen, how far the Republicans have already fallen in the eyes of the American people since Donald Trump has gotten into office. He is an incredibly divisive, no matter how you want to spin it, he's an incredibly divisive, incredibly bad force for the country. And thankfully, a lot of the damage is falling on the Republican Party. They've lost 2 Senate seats. Just think about 2 Democrats are now representing Arizona. 2 Democrats are representing Georgia in a 4-year span. The amount of blight that he's put on the Republican Party is nothing but like cataclysmic. It's biblical and it's hilarious. What's not hilarious is what he's done to the rest of the country. In his last days in office, what has he done? He's rolling back civil rights for LGBT people. He's expediting. He's going on a killing spree when it comes to death penalties. He is just rushing through death penalty sentences before Donald Trump could before Joe Biden could do anything. He is trying to leave the country as much of a mess as he possibly can before he can get out. He is a horrible person. He is more than just a bad politician. He has tried to destroy the country. In no flowery language. He actually has. He has brought in more corruption than I think any president has than maybe Reagan. He has led to an astronomical amount of human suffering in this country by his own accord. And he's been supported with every scream, every gasp. Remember the uterus collector? Do you guys remember that? Sorry, it's a little bit graphic, but in the Trump administration, in those concentration camps on the border that he ramped up, the women were being rounded up, and they were using Google Translate to ask these women who couldn't speak English whether they consented to be put under the knife and to have some sort of evaluation. And in the paperwork that they signed, they allowed this doctor to just remove their uterus, just take it out, just scoop it out and throw it away. Actual genocide of illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants. That's what he did. That's actually, yes. If you want, we can I made a video about it. It was probably the last video I did on ICE. If you would like, you can go to the YouTube channel. Yeah, that's what he did. And to ask these women if they consented to that and all the paperwork, they asked them through Google Translate instead of actually getting like a native Spanish speaking person to help them with the paperwork. They are demons. They are bad people. And this is what he's left this country with. And now we have to move forward with this from what we have now to try and do better, at the very least, improve. Thankfully, we have people like the Squad, people like Bernie Sanders, people like, people like great political commentators out there to help try to be, thought leaders. I'm not sure if I'm going to consider myself a thought leader, but someone who tries to get involved in politics, to help lead this country in a better direction, help lead the world in a better direction. And it all starts tomorrow at noon. It's not going to start with Biden. It starts at the end of the Trump administration, as we're able to move forward, to hold more power, to wield it, to make this world better for more people. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And I hope you guys can be there with me, because it's going to be a long ride. It's going to be a lot of problems, but we're in a better place than I think we've ever been when it comes to the left, lefties, progressives, to do a lot of great work.